On Sunday, Alternet reported that CNN's award-winning coverage from inside a Syrian rebel territory may have been made possible by an al-Qaeda propaganda man. CNN's Clarissa Ward gained a lot of recognition for her undercover in Syria coverage. She won a Peabody Award, an Overseas Press Club Award, and was even invited to testify in front of the UN about her experiences. Jeff Zucker, he was personally very proud of Ward's work. And indeed, Ward gained unprecedented access to insurgents inside Aleppo, all courtesy of a filmmaker, Bilal Abdul Karim. Abdul Karim is from New York City, and he previously worked as a comedian and an actor, and then he went to work with rebels in Libya and now Syria. And his close ties with anti-regime forces have gained praise from everyone from the BBC to CNN, Al Jazeera, New York Times, and even The Intercept. And I'm a fan of The Intercept. Abdul Karim allowed Ward a view of the situation which focused on the atrocities that were being carried out upon the rebels by Bashar al-Assad, with Russia's blessing, of course. Ward's work was personally touted by CNN President Jeff Zucker. Indeed, Abdul Karim's on-the-ground media outlet, they're full of video reports from inside Syria's hardest-hit war zones. And he's telling dramatic stories from the rebels' point of view. And look, before I go any further, let me be very, very clear. I'm not picking a side here in Syria. I've noted before that the situation's really complex. There are a ton of different factions, and they're all fighting for different goals, all supported by different outside countries that are all fighting proxy wars. Meanwhile, ISIS and Al-Qaeda, they're in the mix, and it just makes for a huge tragic mess. There's not an easy answer. What is troubling, though, is that CNN in all of this coverage failed to recognize that Abdul Karim possessed a lot of questionable ties to extremists. CNN contracted a man described by many rebel groups as Al-Qaeda's media man. Meanwhile, Abdul Karim goes on his videos defending practices like suicide bombing. These are things that should be disclosed by a news outlet. Hell, Abdul Karim was apparently placed on the U.S. list of terrorists to kill in drone strikes. He was placed there by the Obama administration. I would think that that's at least worth mentioning once. Abdul Karim has dangerous ties to radical clerics, often giving them this friendly platform in an interview or in his videos to promote war on the secular world. Groups like Jabhat al-Nusra, they are an Al-Qaeda affiliate. Of course, they've rebranded themselves several times trying to get more popularity for an Islamist state in Syria. They are a designated terrorist organization by the U.S., but they're featured all the time in Abdul Karim's videos. Interviews with him end up being little more than opportunities for a fighter or a cleric to express the need to drive out secular culture in Syria. Some of his videos even attempt to recruit foreigners to join in the fray. And other videos, they're sympathetic with people who are raising millions of dollars for Al-Qaeda. Look, like I said, it's important to know that the Syrian civil war has a bunch of different sides. And seeing Abdul Karim's point of view, it's key to developing an understanding of what we're getting ourselves into in the country. But Bilal Abdul Karim, he gives us a little insight, but he has so many ties to terrorists that we can't ignore it. Look, for someone like CNN to pay this man to deliver a message without, at a minimum, addressing the concerns over his ties to terror is reckless at best. And it's all in an effort to sell you on the U.S.'s involvement in Syria and the efforts to overthrow Assad. CNN and Jeff Zucker, they turn to a man that enables violent extremism. You'll notice that the corporate media, the whole group of them, they're trying to simplify the situation in Syria. To them, the U.S. is simply fighting ISIS over there. And we keep having issues with this violent Russian-backed dictator in al-Assad. And he's killing civilians. So to the media, our solution should be to arm these rebels, overthrow Assad, drive ISIS out ourselves, and live happily ever after. CNN and Jeff Zucker simply are not interested in the truth. In this case, CNN, they get awards, and more advertising dollars from defense contractors are rolling in. Meanwhile, we're fighting a proxy war against Russia and Iran and Syria, and Al-Qaeda, they're using missiles emblazoned with Raytheon's logo.
If you like this video, make sure that you like, comment, and share, and most importantly, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you want to help support Ring of Fire, go to patreon.com/TheRingOfFire, become a monthly patron to help support independent progressive media.